Hi Himanshu, I'm so happy to see this essay from you. It's really so important to make sure that you practice writing for IELTS, and not only that, but that you get feedback for your writing from an IELTS professional who's familiar with the exam, who can give you important feedback for your writing. So really well done. I know it's hard, but I'm glad that you have taken this next step. So let's get right into your essay and see what you wrote. Okay, the topic is international marketing. Yes, okay, so let's see what you wrote. Numerous resultants engendered with the outset of modernization and globalization. Okay. I have to be honest with you. I don't think that's just a totally natural expression in English. In fact, I'm not even sure what you're trying to say. I think you're trying to say that numerous outcomes result from modernization and globalization. That's what you mean, okay? But the way you've written here, it sounds very sophisticated, but in fact, it's not really clear to someone reading it, okay? Let's move on. One of them on the list, you don't even have to say that, just one of these is international marketing. So one of these outcomes, okay. Because it is in vogue, that's usually how we use this, because it is in vogue, people have developed opinions about it, and two schools of thought have emerged. I would have put you could do a full stop, or you could do a colon, all right, so that you're showing what the two schools are. The right has a conservative approach and wants a very limited or no influence due to marketing. Now you don't have a full stop, you have a comma instead. Whereas the left has a sharp contrast in ideology and welcomes plus appreciates internet marketing. Deliberation of both sides of the coin with non-controvertible facts will be covered hereafter. Okay, you're trying to use some great vocabulary, and I'm glad you're doing this, but it's not really always appropriate vocabulary. Okay, so I can see now that we have some areas where you really could have expressed yourself in a manner more natural. Yes, simpler, but in a way that made more sense, that you could use words together to create collocations that are more meaningful in English. Okay, these advanced vocabulary words don't always they're not always as meaningful as one would think. Okay, so you really have to make sure your meaning comes through. That's the whole point of writing. Otherwise, really, what's the point? All right, let's keep going then with this. The right wing. It's the right wing, the left wing. The right wing supports its ideology with the argument of conservation of its business/production houses. Marketing without the is a powerful tool, hence it can cause harm if not controlled. They also insist on the involvement of other institutions in their country's system. Okay, a couple things happening in this sentence. So, I'm really excited that you've used pronouns in order to create cohesion. However, what this they is referring to is so far removed. Here it is. This is so far removed from what you're actually talking about that when you read this, you're not clear what the they refers to, because you had a ton of nouns in this sentence. But, I know that intellectually you're referring to the right wing. However, it is so far removed from that word that you can't really expect the reader to know that's what this they refers to. So do be careful with these, with this use of pronouns. Okay, so the right also insists on regulating the involvement of other institutions in their country's system. Here you don't mean IES, you mean Y''S. A small fundamentalist group also puts forward threats to the culture, religion, and ethics. China is an epitome. You want to say China is the epitome of this, as here's what's missing. They have a completely fenced in environment for external companies. Full stop. Capital. As a result of this, they are able to protect their interests. Okay, fine. The left wing, you're missing a the here, looks through a liberal glass. Okay. And uses a yardstick that measures growth of development of the state. A positive attribute has been behind. I don't know what this means. What does this mean, a positive attribute has been behind? It's just not clear to me, so please revise this. They suggest, capitalize they suggest switching to an outward-looking policy. So switching to outward, okay. And support houses doing marketing in other countries as well. I don't know about this word houses. I have a question mark here if this is really the right term for this word. Okay, the growth-oriented and prosperity-driven nation like India is in line with this doctrine. India is an example of being a secular country. While a secular country, this doesn't work. India is an example of being a secular and encouraging secular country while illustrating benefits of this ideology. Maybe that would work a little better. I think so. The aforementioned deduce my opinion. Okay, this is what's happening throughout this essay. You've got these wonderful vocabulary words, and you're trying to throw them all together, but they don't produce the effect that you want. They just cloud the meaning. So sometimes I want you to err on the side of simplicity and accuracy, okay? So take a look at this. The above mentioned arguments solidify, this is one way of saying this, not the only way by no means, but it's one way. So the above mentioned arguments solidify my opinion that opting for a balanced approach will be the key to enhancement of a country. Full stop. The indication towards the left will derive unreasonable influence interference from other nations and cultures. While, you can keep this as one sentence, while on the other hand, a country closed to new ideologies would get isolated and observed sluggish growth. Okay, you know what? My understanding of this task is that they want to discuss, where's your opinion in this? You're basically saying that both of them are not ideal. You really needed to pick a side here. You need to say that, yeah, well, this is a problem, and that has this issue. On the whole, I believe this is a better alternative. You didn't do that. You had a very balanced conclusion. So I would change that a little bit around. Okay, so Himanshu, great work with this. I'm really happy that you wrote it. I hope you found this feedback helpful. I really want you to write more, though. Keep on writing. Think about all of the things I talked about in this video. Correction. Feel free to ask me any questions through the emails. All right. So good work. Keep on writing, please, and do keep on sending your essays for feedback. I think this is really the best way that we can help you improve. Okay. Or even better would be to enroll in the online course so you can get a full series of lectures and videos on how to improve. But whatever you do, do continue to seek out our feedback. I think you'll find it very helpful. So best of luck to you, and keep on writing.